Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the Smartest Dumb People, and I'm the host, Anthony That Dude Johnson. And to my right, I have my mans, LV the Great. And to my left, I have Mr. Shabazz himself. And we back like cooked crack. We got a lot to talk about. I'm a little bit under the weather, so you got to excuse my voice today. So, first thing we want to address is last week's show with the Stephen Abraham situation. And I wanted Mr. Shabazz to kind of explain his direction on. People felt like the show was going wrong. People felt like the show's going wrong, but so basically, I want us all to talk about what happened on the show and what was our thoughts. Okay. So, what's your opinion on the show? People were saying that the show went bad with Stephen Abraham. What's your opinion on it?
Well, initially, my opinion of when it initially started out, I was sort of like, well, damn, where the angle. You know what I'm saying? Where was the angle from? Mm-hmm. And so, so I was like, okay, this angle, where is this from? But then after talking to TV and getting the understanding of the angle, then it makes more sense.
Yeah, for sure.
And so my thing is that one thing, y'all, that people have to remember is that you have four individuals with different mindsets, with different opinions, different things that they can tolerate.
Yeah.
And so, if someone has information that I don't have, or someone has an insight that I don't have, then, or that y'all don't have as an audience, because y'all looking like, oh, where's this? Oh, turn that. Let the man talk. That because y'all on the outside looking in, and it's just one opinion coming from one angle.
Yeah.
And so I may had a different agenda. Well, not even may. You know what I'm saying? I had a different agenda for the show, but that don't mean that all three of us collectively as a group had the same agenda. And so when the what y'all would call out of control, I didn't call it out of control. I just call it was more of a debate, or someone, instead of someone coming up here with a guest on the show faking and playing Oprah Winfrey or Steve Harvey or any other of these people who y'all expect for us to be, which none of us is not, came with his true feelings.
Facts.
And if y'all can't, so if that's a hard pill for y'all to swallow, I can respect that. But then you got to also look at the medication goal. Everybody got to swallow the medicine, so the pill may be hard to swallow on all sides.
Buddy said he think it's something else to it, fellas. Buddy, break that down for us, please. What you mean?
I see my side of it. First of all, I was tipsy, so I had a pretty good day that day. I had been with a couple people that day and got a little tipsy. But don't get me wrong, when Steve came on the show, this is the second time he been on the show, I wasn't feeling what he was saying on the first show. We let him get everything he was saying on the first show. Come to find out, I thought that he wasn't telling the whole truth last show. And we already said before when he came on here, we was going to really grill him, but we kind of gave him a pass. So when he got on this show, I was ready to grill him. But when he started to say the same stuff and, just get me in on April 6th, first of all, I'm not a politics type of guy. Like, I don't believe in the politics. The politics is bullshit. I know for a fact it's bullshit. So when he got to talk and all that, I'm just like, I don't agree with it. Now, was I a little aggressive? Yeah, I was a little aggressive. But the shit I was saying was real.
Make sure y'all like and share.
The shit I was saying was real. The questions I was asking, the angle that I really wanted to come from, like I said, I didn't want to be that aggressive. I didn't want to be that aggressive to LB because I feel like LB kind of acting like you agreeing with this man. You know what I mean?
Well, now with that said, honestly, I don't have an issue with pushing his agenda. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just to be honest, you know what I'm saying? I didn't push and I didn't assisted other individuals in far worse things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I ultimately don't have an issue with him running for city council and the whole thing. But that's on a surface level. I'm just looking at it from he's black, you know what I'm saying? And we could be out here doing 1,000 other different things. And so here we have a black man trying to do something that I perceive. Now, this is just my perception.
Right.
May not be reality. My perception ain't reality. And so I didn't have an issue with pushing something that I perceived as positive.
Now, you know we already got a black man in there for District 2.
Right.
His name is Ben Gray.
Right.
So what is the difference between Steve and Ben Gray, or the other black dude that's actually running for city councilman right now?
Well, I mean, everybody
over here.
Everybody on the thing is black, but we also see the Lathan.
District 2.
Yeah, we also seen the Lathan. I didn't catch his name. Go ahead.
Well, I felt like we touched on that enough. Now it's time to get to the real deal topics.
No, you didn't let him unpack. But go ahead.
Who unpacked?
TV.
Are
you done with it?
I felt like you said that Ben Gray is the reason why he's like, we already got a black councilman here.
But that ain't explaining why he came at Steve like that. He feels a certain way about Steve. Now I don't know if you want to put that out there,
let me put
and
it
so
out
they
there.
get understanding.
Let me put it out there. Man, these politicians, especially some of these city councilmen, especially how I feel about Ben Gray, I ain't never really just, you know what I'm saying, not said what I felt about it. Like, when you be up at the Malcolm X Center like I do, when you be part of a lot of groups and a lot of different things that's going on, and you see what these people is doing with this money that's actually supposed to be coming down the pipeline to us, it ain't right. It ain't right. Like, I don't even like.
So you have an insight that we don't have, and he has a knowledge of Steve character that we don't have, which is just surface. And so if he know, so that's the same way when we got into it. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that you was doing something that was off. You know what I'm saying? And you like, well, this is my position. It was the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So if he feel like that Steve is coming up here using this platform and talking falsehood, and he know that that's not his, or he thinks that's not his true or real self or lane, I don't blame him for calling him out. You know what I'm saying? And so Steve knew it. You know what I'm saying? Steve will always say, me and TV go way back. From the first show, he was like, I don't know how long we gonna get along, or you know what I'm saying? Me and this guy got a history. We go way, way back. So it ain't like that ain't like that they never had no history of friction or no history of confrontation. It was just that I feel like, I can't speak for TV, that TV that day wasn't going to go for it. And so instead of being fake and doing some shit just for the show, he was genuine in being himself, and he addressed him and let the man know. You know what I'm saying? You not cut like that. I can't say where he cut like that because all I know him is on the surface. I've been knowing him for years though, so it's not like I don't know him, and it's not like he my friend. But I don't know his political angles. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how he is in the community. TV's in the community. You know what I'm saying? We're not.
Yeah.
And so if he's on the inside and knows something and address it, and after he explained that to me, then I could respect it.
Janice said, it's okay to debate, but at least respect someone is willing to debate and let them speak. Not everyone running for city council is willing to even debate. The just run and win. They just run and win. That's what she probably meant. But I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to spend too much time.
Yeah, because we don't want to beat up on Steve, or you know what I'm saying.
I want to get to our hot topics.
But right, so but you know what I'm saying. We just want y'all to know because what y'all think, because what y'all see is just on the outside. Y'all don't, and y'all not understanding that you had a man here that feels a certain way. So that's the same way. If I feel like somebody is doing something I don't like, I'm gonna address it. You know what I'm saying? And so he addressed it. Did he address it how y'all would like? No. But y'all not him.
Yeah.
He addressed it how he felt was appropriate. It doesn't matter y'all opinion. But that's mine's on that. Okay.
All right, we good. Hot topics. Time to get to the hot topics. We're gonna go with the Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce was fired from ESPN for being caught on video smoking weed and strippers around him, and he was drunk. Was
it weed in the stogie?
Man, yeah, that was weed. That was
shit. Was it weed?
So these are the actual pictures of the videos he was taking. You got to keep in mind, this man is an ESPN analyst. I think the angle we should take on this is was ESPN wrong for firing him on his day off? Okay, I think what's wrong with society is they want to believe motherfuckers don't smoke weed. Everybody smokes weed. So
I don't.
I don't either. But
I don't either.
Was he out of line for enjoying his time, and should he have incriminated himself by doing Instagram Live with strippers around him, knowing he's a professional in the ESPN aspect? What's your opinion, LV, on him being fired?
Well, this is a tough one. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because, you know, especially with the Me Too movement, all of this extra stuff, the exploitation of women, you know what I'm saying? The human trafficking, women being exploited. So when you have an individual that is rich
as hell,
you know what I'm saying? That is rich. And so he is on live, you know what I'm saying, with women half naked, misogyny, playing poker, smoking on the stogie, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what's in the stogie, but just that image alone, I don't know if they had a problem with the fact that
he was exploiting women.
He's wealthy and was doing this, because I see rappers do it all day long.
Yeah.
That's employed by
rappers are considered self-employed.
Shit. Not if you sign a contract not if you sign a contract with Epic Records or you sign to Get Low Entertainment. you a contract is a contract.
Right.
And so now is it because ESPN don't want that type of imagery? He can't have fun on his day off? Or is it that they feel like that he was purposely exploiting and being disrespectful towards women with the video?
So, okay, just compared it to rappers, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's the rap culture. Like, these labels are pushing that type of culture. They love the smoking weed and the women and the guns and all that. So it's not really the same as a rapper. ESPN is pushing professional basketball players that's not supposed to be on no drugs, and got a bunch of kids watching them at all times, and they trying to push a certain type of culture. So, like, who just said? Saxton. She just said that she's pretty sure that somewhere in his clause,
like and share,
that he ain't supposed to be doing that. So he know he ain't supposed to be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he know he an ESPN analyst.
Yeah, that's the crazy part.
He got a little loose. Period. I'm watching. I'm looking at the picture. I'm like,
he just had that "fuck it, I'm rich" moment.
Man,
he had that "fuck it, I don't need a job."
Why are you rich? You rich because you've been on this platform. You see what I'm saying? You played ball for what, 20 years?
Mm-hmm.
On a platform where you know damn well you couldn't get caught doing that as a player. So which makes you think that they feel good about ESPN analysts engaging in that type of behavior? Like,
Taylor said, "What if he had that in his clause?"
Yeah, what in his clause?
Can't be smoking weed and.
Well,
yeah, I'm pretty sure
but
there's something in there Now I ain't gonna say they getting drug tests. You know what I mean? But
make sure y'all like and share.
Something in there to where it's saying you don't want to be caught up in that type of behavior going against our culture. I'm pretty sure it's something in there.
Yeah, I can understand that. But you also gotta. That's just like Marv Alberts when he got arrested some years back. What he did, I don't believe that another athlete or another individual would even be able to return to television. When he had raped a woman and he was wearing the wig and stockings and he had burnt her and bit her and held her hostage, you know what I'm saying, and got convicted.
Marv Alberts?
Yeah, Marv Alberts.
You remember that?
You don't remember that? And so, yeah, bit the woman up, burnt her up with cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? And so then we have to ask.
But he did. They did. He was fired for a little bit.
6 months.
I think it was a little longer than that.
A year.
Yeah, probably a year or two.
But the abuse, he tortured.
He pretty much did.
You know what I'm saying? He tortured a woman.
Your sister-in-law said, was he cloned? Nisi said, rappers aren't the only ones indulging in this type of behavior.
We got women. We see women sit up, put male strippers on video every day, all day. Yes. You know what I'm saying? And not only personally, you watch the Atlanta Housewives.
Yeah.
You see them groping over strippers and got strippers and got men on camera and they groping and talking about what they'll do to the man and this and that.
That's a ratchet culture they pushing on there. You know that they ratchet.
So you saying that
the people that own the show, they make their money off that type of behavior. You know
okay.
The NBA don't make their money off that type of behavior. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yolanda said he was wrongfully fired.
I don't know. Like I said, when I watched the video earlier and I posted it to the show, who are you flexing for? Who are you trying to impress? Who are you know what I'm saying? Because when I see the video, I just see a sucker with some money. You know what I'm saying? That I don't have.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Who's impressed? Who's impressed by some strippers, some strippers like massaging right on a I wasn't impressed. I don't feel. Who is you showing this for? Who was supposed to be watching this? Who was supposed to be?
Hey, that man got caught up, man. Look, he know what they expect out of him. We could say he was wrongfully because we think of it a certain type of way, but I guarantee if you was making that type of money, you ain't gonna put it all on the line like that. I guarantee you ain't.
Man,
anybody in this chat, you not about to be making
that
type of money.
You know what I'm saying?
When that type of retirement money, when that type of pension, and you on Instagram just acting a goddamn
but
fool.
Shit, you know what I'm saying? You got individuals who be throwing this shit away over prostitutes. That's like when Warren Sapp got, you know what I'm saying, got accused of trying to pay the underage girl, and they got him on tape sobbing. Talking about, I threw my life away.
Hey,
what was I thinking?
He knew if he got caught, what was gonna happen? So shit.
And so that sometimes that hoe got some power in the motherfucker, boy.
Hey man,
it's like the black. It got some hoe. It got something to it.
I'm taking them pictures. He got the blunt in the mouth. I ain't really.
Is it a blunt? Is it a stogie?
Man, get the hell out of here. That thing too skinny to be anything but.
Is it a blunt or a stogie?
Look how hitting it.
What was it? I
ain't gonna say we don't smoke weed
soon as
now,
I see the
like we ain't smoked weed before.
As soon as I seen the motherfucker behind him, I didn't even see the weed. I didn't even see the motherfucking blunt. I just seen the bird. I was like, damn, look at the bird.
He pulling the shit out that motherfucker.
Everybody flexes on the gram. His behavior is normal. Nobody forces these women to strip.
I'm dying to show.
Oh my god.
I'm dying.
Exploitation.
I'm not saying it ain't. You can't flex on the gram.
Is exploitation exploitation?
Yeah.
Exploitation is exploitation.
That man know what they expect out of him on that show, and they expect him to keep some shit like this private. So he knew what it was. Like,
yeah.
What are we talking about here? He knew damn well.
You know,
he just was loose.
Yeah.
He was loose, man. He was having big fun, and he thought that was. He thought that was gonna go. He thought that was gonna
Patriots
go
owner,
under the water
but
or something.
that's the thing, Veronica. Though, the Patriot owners is the boss.
He's his own boss.
He's not. He's his own boss. He's not an employee. He don't have to sign no contract of behavior, and so he can go in there and buy him a little tail, and then come up out of there, then get caught up in a sting. What they gonna say? What they gonna say? He the boss. Then what the NFL gonna say? Y'all one of the
Patriots in the league.
Yeah.
We don't want a whole
So
team.
you know
in
what I'm
the
saying,
league no more.
right?
It's not the same.
So it ain't like somebody
Gonna
gonna
need to sue. He might wind up suing. I'm ready to jump to this powerful video that you posted.
Oh, okay.
You ready to jump to that powerful
Yeah,
video?
jump
All right,
into
so we got a video for y'all today to watch. It's a minute video. It's just a powerful video with a powerful message behind it, and we're gonna discuss why black people don't have allies and who are our allies. Because, in my opinion, we don't even have allies within our own selves. So, within our own culture. So we're gonna post the video.
Got to beat in when you put your feet in. So I'm looking at how they is helping each other, how they, you know, how they patting it over here, they it's seeming like they handing it off to each other. Rogan, oh, you doing a podcast? Come on here, boom, he handoff. Them is handoffs. When you see an Andrew Schultz come over to Joe Rogan podcast, that's a handoff, man. You see what I'm saying? Where's that for the black culture? All this love, we don't even hear Rogan them talk about love. We don't even hear that side talk about love. Where's that for the black culture? Where the handoffs at? When it ain't no business involved. He doing a podcast, he's dope, handoff.
All right, so I want to address it first. Like old boy said, we don't really help each other, and the crab in the barrel mentality is real. We live it every day in Omaha, Nebraska, in my personal opinion. But I want to give an example. When you're doing something dope, you should always be a part of a platform. So we got a young man that's coming on next week. They got a children's book coming out. He's coming on the platform to speak on it.
Who's that?
I can't think of his name. I just hooked up with him yesterday, and somebody gave me all his information. I talked to him. I chopped it up with him, and we gonna have him on the show next week about the book. But we gotta have this conversation. Yeah, we gotta have this conversation because where's our allies? Like who do we have to help us and push us up to the next level? Because if you think about it, the smartest dumb people, we've been doing this by ourselves. Ain't nobody reached out to us and said, we want to have y'all. Well, I take that back. We did have a couple people reach out to us and say they want to have us on their show. But if we're on the same platform or if we're doing the same thing, we can't do that. We don't need to be on somebody else's platform.
But that's the whole thing of the video.
Yeah.
So would you invite a podcast on your show?
Yeah, hands down.
Huh?
Yeah, but they have to be in a different lane than me.
What's the different? What you mean by different lane?
Like if they a podcast talking about sports, we don't really talk about sports. We talk about what's relevant in society. And I'll give this analogy. You can't. I bought a donut shop, moved into the neighborhood, and then next thing you know, I'm the only donut shop in town. Next thing you know, somebody got a donut shop right next to me. That shit don't work. It's still a competitive sport.
CVS, Walgreens.
Yeah,
shit, right?
yeah. It's still
CVS.
sport.
But it's still a preference,
Right?
And so that's the same way. I personally don't look at other podcasts or in period people in period as competition to me. You know what I'm saying? They just individuals that's happen to be in doing the same thing I'm doing, or if they doing something different, you can have that. You know what I'm saying? And so we can't build an alliance when everybody's the enemy.
You're right. Like when you get into a business, it's automatically competition anyway. It's automatically going to be some competition. So you can't feel a certain type of way because a person comes in and you feel like they doing the same thing that you're doing. Mm-hmm. Like you already got to be ready when you running a business to be at the top of your game and be able to switch up and improvise and come with new ideas all the time. So if somebody do come into your stratosphere that is doing what you're doing, you should be able to one up them. You should be ready to take your business to that next level.
Let's show them the video again. So for the people that just came in, like my question, let them see the video.
Got to beat in when you put your feet in. So I'm looking at how they is helping each other, how they, you know, how they patting it over here, patting they it's seeming like they handing it off to each other. Rogan, oh, you doing a podcast? Come on here, boom, it handoff. Them is handoffs. Them is handoffs. When you see an Andrew Schultz come over to Joe Rogan podcast, that's a handoff, man. You see what I'm saying? Where's that for the black culture? All this love, we don't even hear Rogan them talk about love. We don't even hear that side talk about love. Where's that for the black culture? Where the handoffs at? When it ain't no business involved. He doing a podcast, he's dope, handoff.
So basically what I was saying is, as he was speaking on there's no handoffs, we don't know how to support each other, but I've always been a competitor. So my natural instinct when it comes to somebody doing what I'm doing, I want to be better than them, I want to be greater than them. That's just always been instilled in me. Maybe it's the mama mentality, I don't know. It just depends on what you do. If a motherfucker thinking the mama mentality.
Who's that?
Come on, man. Everybody knows the mama is
the mama. Kobe Bryant.
Oh, he got his own personal mentality?
Yeah. Mama mentality is what they call it. So back to what I was saying, yo. Like a motherfucker that's baking cakes, we're not in competition with her. Or a man that's selling shoes, we're not in competition with them. And shout out to Charlamagne the God. He actually got his own channel on iHeartRadio, The Black Effect, which is pretty dope. And he got a bunch of different black podcasts. But what I noticed in those black podcasts, none of them are really in the same lane. So you see what I'm saying? And they all doing different things. They all talk about different shit. You don't get two podcasts talking about the same thing.
You can't, but you cannot, to me, you cannot have the mentality of is everybody's against you or everybody's a competitor and still be able to show support. I wouldn't give a fuck what lane nobody in. You know what I'm saying? If you got a podcast, I'm sharing it. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. The same way I would want somebody to share minds, to share my podcast, I would share theirs.
Of course.
And we had this conversation before.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And so I don't have no problem. Sharing. I wouldn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? If you need if you need a inkling of some information or something that I can help you out with, period, I help you out. You know what I'm saying? And so that's always been my mentality. Always had.
You know what your mentality is, though? Your mentality is you don't give a fuck.
No, you can't say that. Because when I teach somebody how to go get a job, and when they don't have a work history, that's giving a fuck. And when I tell somebody who don't have a work history and they ain't got no way around it, and I tell them I know a way around that, and that you can take the information that I use to help myself when I was in that position and I didn't have nobody readily available to provide that information for me, so I had to find out on my own because I'm a 2-time, 3-time convicted motherfucking felon, and it wasn't easy for me to get no job, and so I went damn near years without a job unless I went to go work at a fucking fast food restaurant. And so when I finally got my foot in the door and I had to lie about where I worked and then prove that I worked there on top of the lie, and then I figured that information out, I give that information to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at it as, oh, you giving somebody information.
Helping a person get a job over here when you work over there, or whatever the case may be.
We can work in the same field.
Yeah.
You cannot. How can you expect for somebody to support you, and you think that they're your competition?
We just talked about this.
And so how is that not giving a fuck?
All right, so I got a question. Did we support Stephen Abram?
What the fuck that got to do with anything?
They got to do with every fucking thing.
We talking about people.
him.
Hold on. We talking about
I
people in the
wouldn't
same lane. And so when he mentioned Joe Rogan, he's talking about a podcaster
he was.
that is inviting other podcasters to his show
Okay.
to get them subscriptions. I watch battle rap. I watch the battle rap podcasts, everything.
You
And so
gonna let Tori get something in?
yeah. I watch battle rap. And so on the battle rap on them platforms, I see them invite each other on and off. I see them say, my guy coming on here, he's starting his own battle rap platform. Make y'all subscribe and tune in. They don't sit around and say, oh, he's against me. He was. They don't do that.
Yeah.
Because it's only a preference. Everybody don't like everything. Go ahead, TV.
Is that we are damaged people. Y'all know me. So y'all know we're gonna go to the front door of the problem. What's the front door of the problem? We have been trained and taught to do this.
All right, Mo.
Because they put a difference in white and black culture. No, it's a difference between black and everybody else's culture. There is not a people on the planet that act like we do.
Yeah.
There ain't a people on the fucking planet. We gotta stop making this between black and white too, because our focus is on white people or Caucasian people or European people. You know what I mean? We think that's where all of our problems lie. No, everybody work together but us. But I'm gonna give y'all the history on it. Why does everybody work together but us? Because years ago we was put through Christian black codes. Like they had codes for us. They had what you call meritorious manumissions. Look it up. What is it? Dr. Claude Anderson talks about it all the time. You know what meritorious manumissions mean? Let me say it right. Meritorious manumissions. It means favors given to blacks to sell out their own people.
Judas to the
Like
Black Messiah.
the Black Boule, or a lot of shit that go on in these fraternities, even at these black colleges. Like, we have so much of a history of selling out. Literally. Like, again, ain't nobody else's culture doing this to them. Like, we've been doing this for hundreds of years. The Christian black culture was in 1724. They established meritorious manumissions right after that. Black Boule been around since the late 1800s. Like, this shit been going on. This is nothing. We gotta stop acting like we just woke up like this one day. Because we didn't. This is why we talk about our history, but nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to talk about when these niggas sell out. When these niggas start selling out, niggas start clapping. Why? Them niggas getting money. Them niggas are selling out.
Niggas are selling out.
Let me show one more time. People coming in asking.
Okay, yeah, I seen that. Go ahead. Go ahead. We're going to. But hold on before you do that. So that's just like my sister-in-law, Momo. You know what I'm saying? When I started trying to work on my shit, I was talking to her and her husband, which is my brother-in-law, you know what I'm saying, which is my people, I love them to death, Momo and Gene Crawford. I was telling them what I know. You know, them people took that information and purchased them a house.
Right. Yeah, you
know what I'm saying?
You gave
them people took that information and purchased them a house.
I want to show this video one more time because people are asking what we're talking about. We're talking about why black culture, we're not really known to lift each other up in a situation or be the gatekeepers and open the gate. So we're going to let y'all see the video real quick. One more time.
Got to beat in when you put your feet in. So I'm looking at how they is hipping each other, how they, you know, how they patting it over here, it's seeming like they handing it off to each other. Rogan, you doing a podcast? Come on here. Boom, he handoff. Them is handoffs. When you see an Andrew Schultz come over to Joe Rogan podcast, that's a handoff, man. You see what I'm saying? Where's that for the black culture? All this love, we don't even hear Rogan them talk about love. We don't even hear that side talk about love. Where's that for the black culture? Where the handoffs at when it ain't no business involved?
Sorry. So this is the topic. Wendy Steele asked what the topic was. We just discussing why don't we, like, for example, why don't the Smartest Dumb People have another podcast on and lift them up. We haven't been in a situation to actually do that. I'm also competitive, and I feel like we're in the same lane. This is the disagreement between me and my partners. Me and my partners don't feel the same way. They feel like it's enough room for everybody. I get that, but I don't know if I feel the same way, even though I get what they're saying, because I get what they say at 100%.
But you had to get the idea from somewhere. Something sparked your brain.
Fact.
It ain't so you had
having a conversation on the phone with my
you
friends.
had to watch. You
Having
had
a
to have.
conversation.
You have had to watch somebody with a podcast and then say, "I wanted to start a podcast."
Why can't it be we? We had to watch somebody.
Because I'm talking about you.
Why is all
Because
on me?
because that's where the difference is. Because the difference is that I know that there's other motherfuckers out here doing podcasts.
Right. All around the
But
city.
do I think that them motherfuckers is better than me? No. You know what I'm saying? Do I think that them motherfuckers can hold a crowd and entertain motherfuckers better than me? No. If they can, prove it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If they can't, then our numbers was improved and stay the same. I'm not in competition with nobody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not in, and it's just not this lane. That's always been my whole life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I always try to stay in my own lane and maintain and worry about myself. I didn't worry about who's the freshest dressed.
Your boy said y'all do have all women. I think he meant podcast, not broadcast. But I want to break that down. So that's my people. So they're exactly in the same lane as us. Shout out to the T's and the J's. And I'm a rock with my people. That's different. Like, those are my people. I have to. Those are my sisters. Those are my siblings. I want them to win. And even though we're in the same lane, we're really not, because that's 3 women talking. We 3 men. But I look at every angle from a business standpoint, and it's no hate in my blood. I just look at every angle from a business standpoint. Some people don't. Some people, like yourself, you said, in your opinion, you don't mind helping the brother out if they ain't better than you. I'm the type of person I don't want to see. I ain't really trying to see. Like, I just feel like...
Would you want somebody to share your podcast?
Somebody that has a podcast to share my podcast?
Yeah.
Somebody that has a podcast to share my podcast, I don't know if they do that. We
Would
don't
you
have the
want them
numbers to
to?
prove that.
But bro, if this is what we trying to make you see, if all of
Let's
us
not
have
attack
that
Anthony.
attitude,
No, we
See,
ain't attacking. We
that's
ain't
what I'm saying.
attacking.
You don't-
Yeah,
don't
we just
attack
having.
Anthony.
Yeah,
You can't be
just
getting
men
sensitive
talking.
when
Yeah.
you just outright just said what your opinion is, and people was in the comments
Yeah.
speaking on it.
Yeah.
So they ain't just us. Look, this is what the fuck we're talking about. This is why black and white culture is different. This is why black people don't give each other alley-oops, because this ain't just about a podcast. This is about everything that we do.
Yeah.
It's the same. This shit happens the same way. You know, I don't even get into the hip hop like this, but I hear the women say it all the time. When Cardi B came in, she thought that the motherfucker she looked up to was gonna give her alley-oop.
And
They
she
start
did.
hating on her.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They start pitting each other. Lil Kim, what's the other one name?
Meg the Stallion.
Not even her. The other one. She got the baby now or whatever.
That's Cardi B.
No, the one before them.
Before Cardi B
After
now,
Lil Kim, that Lil Kim was beefing with, but before
Nicki
the baby
Minaj.
started- Nicki
Nicki
Minaj.
Minaj.
Yeah, like they all spoke on when they got into the industry, like they thought these was they idols,
Yeah.
and that they was gonna get an alley oop and shit. These motherfuckers basically
They your
tried to shut
rival.
the door on them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Idols
this
become
happens
rivals.
between all these different industries, so it ain't got nothing to do with a podcast, but it does have to do with that type of attitude
It does.
that we have towards
Yeah.
each other, thinking that, okay, I want to keep this lane by myself, or if I get his hand off, this motherfucker gonna take me out the game.
I bought your tissue, everything, man. This nigga's
Good.
your nose running.
So yeah, man, we gotta
Damn,
cut
why
that
you
out.
up my
sick too.
nose, blood?
You sick too.
Pause.
Yeah,
We gotta
Pause.
cut that out.
All right, so, but hold on, let me touch on one thing. I heard David Banner. I've been watching. David Banner got a new video out. It's dope. But like he said, when blacks left the South, they were supposed to go learn information and better themselves and come back. But like he said, what most blacks want to do is hold the whip. They don't want to help. They don't want to pull nobody out. They want to hold the whip.
I can agree.
They want to be
They wanna be Sambo.
They want to be the individual
Right.
that they was up under, and then they go get that information, and then they come back, and then they hold the whip to their own people. You know what I'm saying? And use it and lash out and play a game.
We've been trained to do that. That's another thing with what the what's the letter? The Willie Lynch letter.
The Willie Lynch. That's only if it's true now.
It ain't. It doesn't have to be true if you can program the people to think that that's what it was. It ain't like nobody don't believe it's right, and then people accept the reality that okay, if I can get the one up on these people, then these people is gonna pay me off, and I'm gonna run off into the sun and the fun on my greedy shit.
Right.
It's been happening to us forever, man. It's
Right.
happened to our moms, our grandmas.
Good
moms.
segue. Good segue.
Literally.
Good segue. It's time
That's
to
a
talk
scooter.
about,
Segway. No, I'm playing
it's
good.
time, shout out to DeMarcus Mosley. He actually made this post the other day. He said, breaking generational curses means
that
you
deep
must
into the show?
discuss the uncomfortable things black
didn't know
families
we
sweeping
that
under the
deep.
rug, but they hate, but they say, I hate because I'm bringing in subjects that test your thoughts process, challenge them to change, and goes
What is
directly.
that?
Oh my
Hold
god!
on, man. Where Treese at? Hold on, man. Where the fuck Treese at?
I knew you was gonna say I knew it.
Hold on, man. Where Treese at,
I'm
man?
sick, man. What you want me to do?
Hold on, man. Put that back up, man.
What?
Please.
What? What did this nigga just
I
say?
don't know if they can see it, man. Let me see that shit again, man. All right, y'all. Look,
I'm sick. What you want me to do?
hey.
Ah,
Generational curses
dog.
means you must discuss uncomfortable things black families keep sweeping under the rug. But they say I hate because I'm bringing up subjects that test your thought process, challenge them to change, and it goes directly against their belief system. It come right off what we were just saying. This whole hating on each other is a generational curse. I just
but what about
explained how many generations we've been through.
Excuse me. What about
But
the?
there's other things.
What about the black family sweeping things under the rug?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you unpack first. You ain't unpacked all night.
Because I can barely breathe, man.
You unpack.
So basically, what I feel is, I feel like I can give an example. I feel like my mom has a generational curse, and I couldn't wait to speak on it. Which is no, but I want to speak on it. I want to speak on it. But I want to speak on it
Let
because
unpack.
me and my mom,
Let
me and my mom beef, right? Me and my mom beef, but her and her mom used to beef, right? That's why I got this book. It's called the Slave Community. This is why I got this book. And it's actually a dope book. So basically, it's talking about how.
I ain't even gonna say that.
Yo, man, y'all niggas better stop, man. Hey, so.
Hey, fuck that.
So basically, what I'm saying is like, my mom, I am my mom to her, right? But my grandma was very, very kind of mean to my mom. And didn't really get along with my mom. And I suffered the same thing with my mom. I love my mom to death.
Now, was it just your mom, or was it all the siblings?
No, it was just my mom.
Okay.
It was just my mom.
Okay.
And it's a family curse that we have to where our family pick and choose the members they don't like for no reason. I'm not going to break it down for everybody to know all of our business, but I feel like our family suffers that. We pick and choose who we like and who we fuck with and who we don't. And I'm like,
right, Tar.
And I'm like, what the fuck did Lil Tookie do to you, mama? And then I just don't like him. And then it always stuck with me like, damn, this is really fucked up. For you to not even have a reason to not like somebody, and you find reasons to not like somebody, to me that's part of the generational curse too. Like you said, we already was taught to hate each other and hate on each other. So I see it and I witness it in my own family every day. I love my mom. I call my mom right now, she won't answer her phone. You know what I'm saying? Which is fine. But I'm saying my mom don't realize how much I love her. She realized how much I love her. But that curse that she suffers, she can't change it. She don't know how. And me and my mom had a real deep conversation one day, and I cried to her. And I said, I finally understood how you felt about your mom, because I feel that way about myself with you. And she cried, I cried, and she went right back to being the same mom.
Get your ass out of here, nigga.
Yeah. And like I said, this is not necessarily an attack on my family. I think it's in family. Like there's family members that do all types of crazy shit to family members, beat on them, rape them, molest them, do all this crazy shit. And here we are. Most black people sweep shit under the rug. Like little uncle, don't let him in that. Don't leave him in that room with them kids.
Hey, right.
They sweeping that under the rug. They sweeping that under the rug.
Yeah.
So about that.
So, what's your opinion on generational curses, Leland? Because I know you don't believe it.
Honestly, that shit don't exist. You know what I'm saying? What I believe in is generational behavior.
Ain't that the same thing?
No. Because if a generational curse, if you're just doing something along the lines and you have no idea why you doing this, you know what I'm saying? Or something happened and you just sweep it under the rug. Okay, so now if you got an uncle that's known for molestation and he fucking the babies for generations, you know what I'm saying? He fucked the mama daughter, he fucked the niece.
This is not just
That's
black families.
generational.
Really
Because
it's not
we already know who the master of pedophilia is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With pedophilia, you know what I'm saying? We know who the master of that. That ain't even without a question. But to me, now, if somebody goes through that and they don't want to expound on it and want to bury it, I can understand that and I can respect that. It's no different than when a individual get raped and they don't want to take the stand because they don't want to relive that trauma, you know what I'm saying, for 3-4 days, some shit that they trying to bury within inside them. And so when you have individuals that have been victimized by their family, did wrong by their family, and they just want to bury it and get over and heal and move on, I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't want a individual to relive a traumatizing situation that fucks with them.
I'm living proof of that. I have a bunch of family members in Omaha. I probably talked to like 2, and it's my sisters. You know what I mean? And my little brother when he decides to call me. But I got a big family, and I'm gonna break it down to you how I feel. So my aunties, I've never done nothing to these women a day in my life. Okay, but they kept saying how they don't like me and they don't fuck with me. They don't like me. They don't fuck with me. And then I got tired of hearing that shit. So what I did in my head and in my mind is I said, not that I want them to die because I had this conversation with my father, but I said they dead to me. Emotionally, they're dead to me. Like when a motherfucker can't say to me, how your auntie doing? I don't know. I don't have aunties. You know what I'm saying? And I had to do that shit.
Well, how many people do you? How many people? Hold on. I'm being honest.
Okay.
We unpack it.
Okay. I told you it's my family though. It's my family.
Okay.
My family moved like that.
Okay.
Like we all know.
How many individuals do not have to like you in your family for we to come to the common denominator?
First off, let me tell you like this. I've always been charismatic, handsome. Stay to myself. Took care of my business. Don't ask nobody for shit. So that right there.
But to who?
But listen, that right there. Let me break down an example to you. Can I break down an example?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I ain't talked to my auntie in 7 years. Let me tell you why I don't talk to her. So one day I was at a fight party. My auntie said, my auntie is a huge movie collector. She said, dude, you got to check out these movies. And I was like, I don't really want to be responsible for those movies, auntie, because I be working and moving around and shit. I ain't got time. And she insisted I take them. She said, just bring them back Sunday. Sunday came. I forgot to take them. She called me the next day and texted me and said, dude, where are my fucking movies? I said, I'm sorry, auntie. Laugh out loud. I'm on my way right now. You know what my auntie said? My auntie said, what the fuck you mean laugh out loud? So keep this in mind. I ain't talked to my auntie in 7 years because I said in a text message, and back then that's how you text people when they making it uncomfortable. Like, I'm sorry, auntie, I ain't mean nothing like that. Laugh out loud. And to this day, she don't fuck with me behind that. Me not bringing her movies.
Read that.
1 day late.
Read this. I think she was referring that to you.
Oh, she said, Tina Knight said, pride is a big problem. Nobody want to deal with the things. Then it turns into, I'm just worried about me and mine. I don't know if she. I don't know. I'm just saying what I did. Let me tell y'all what I did. I created my own family. I created my own family, my own children, and told myself I would never be the way they were to me. And I still to this day love my nieces and nephews, my in-laws the same way. I'll never change because all I have is love from them. That's like a lot of my kids' mom family is all the love I got. Like I didn't get love from my mom's side of the family. Nobody really fuck with me besides Barrow, let's be honest. So, but I learned that I don't need these people in my life. And my sister will tell you that. My sister say, fuck them. If they don't want to fuck with you, fuck them, dude. Fuck them, dude. And I just, in my head, I don't even have aunties no more. And I hate to feel that way, but a motherfucker can't come to me and say, how's your auntie doing? Because I don't know.
Do they have aunties? The ones who's telling you to fuck them?
My sister.
Yeah, they got aunties?
That's neither here nor there. I can't speak for my sister. I don't know. I can't speak for my sister.
Okay. I can respect that. Respect that.
Yeah, this nigga LV trying me today.
I'm not doing nothing. I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking questions, Jackson. Just asking questions. Really, you
Very good. Hey, man. Mental illness is real.
Hey, man, it's okay, man.
This is what's wrong with the black community.
It's okay, dog.
This is what's wrong with the black community. Let me break down what's wrong with the black community. My friends are laughing at me and making jokes because I said my family don't love me.
No, we're not.
That is not what it is.
Let's have a real moment for 1 second.
Your friends are saying that maybe you're the problem.
No, I'm serious, Tori. I want to have this conversation.
I'm being dead ass.
This is what's wrong in the black community. I just told y'all some deep shit. And
okay.
You made a joke.
No, I didn't.
And then you questioned me. No.
You know he gonna make jokes.
But hold on, time out. I didn't make a joke. So hold on, time out. Hold on, time out. If you can't accept, hold on, time out. If you can't accept responsibility, I don't. So that's the same way I spoke to you earlier. I have a sister that nobody in our family talks to. Nobody in our family talks to. The only people in our family talk to her is my mom. Then every time my mom talked to her, she reminded why she shouldn't talk to her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And not only her, you know what I'm saying? Her daughter. Her daughter, which is my niece, that talks to her, she's reminded every day. Why? Her siblings, her children, nobody talks to her.
All right, so I'm not.
I'm not saying that's you.
Let me tell you the difference between me and you. Like I know the family members that my family don't fuck with or my mom don't like, and I'll reach out to them and try to, like how you doing, cuz, and how you like. I know people my mom don't like, or I know people my auntie don't like, and I still reach out to them because I am the black sheep of the family. That's why I always wear black. But I'm just saying, like, when I really have some emotional shit to say, and it's from the heart, I'm not faking at all. And anybody know me, know I got aunties out here
what
that I
was
ain't
the
talked
joke?
to in 10 years. The joke?
Tell me the joke I said.
Well, maybe you the problem.
No, what I did, no, that's not what I said. What I said, and this is the facts, is that you don't get along with nobody. I said there is a common denominator. I never said that you're the problem. I don't even know because we just talking surface. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so we speaking on the surface, and so I don't know. And I'm asking you.
The generational curse is my family.
That is like
my family pick and choose who they fuck with, who they like, who they don't.
Go ahead, TV.
Okay.
We got deep in this joint.
D-Lo.
We got fast. Got this man. They got
D-Lo Solo.
Time came fast.
Is not the only blood. So what he's saying is that, man, we in a life, man. We living this life, man. Maybe you got to go out there and create a different, you know what I'm saying, type of atmosphere, and not just with your family. Maybe it ain't for you to fix their issues that they got. Like Wendy said earlier, she said,
shout out to Mosley, just got in here.
She said another thing about Caucasian or white folks is you don't never hear them talking about their cousins and aunties and shit like that. They don't even go out.
That's their moms.
They don't even go outside of they don't go outside of that stratosphere when they fuck with each other. Like it's just immediate family with them most of the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like
that's their moms.
You gotta go out here and create your own environment, bro.
Which
If that is what's going on with your family, I wouldn't focus on it so much because it's not first of all, it's not your purpose or your responsibility to go out there and change people that most likely even been on this earth before you. You know what I'm saying?
And these guys know my story. That's why Tori, when I first started, he rolled his eyes a little bit because Tori did, but he was joking. He was joking. But it's really some trauma there, man, that I wish I could take my whole family to fucking family therapy, man, because I got a lot of shit to say.
All right. Well, here go my thing. This is why I don't believe in it.
You don't believe in it?
I don't believe in it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Either you behaving to where you are cordial and some people can develop a relationship with you. And so I'm going to give y'all an example. So that's the same way my daughter, you know, she's 21 now, you know what I'm saying? And she got her own place. But when she was at the crib, she was probably like 18, 19, you know what I'm saying? And I guess this new shit like smoking roaches out of straw. You know what I'm saying?
That ain't new.
I didn't never knew that. I ain't never seen that shit. Motherfucker smoke your lip to his black. That's all I knew. And so she had the straw. I'm seeing the straw. I'm thinking this coke shit. You know what I'm saying? And so I go to my motherfucking old lady. I'm like, man, I think, you know what I'm saying? My daughter on
What's
coke.
up, bro?
Was she?
No. But that's the first time I seen the straw shit.
What was she doing with it?
Smoking roaches. You know what I'm saying? Smoking roaches out the straw. So that's the first time I seen the straw shit.
Gotta get creative.
And so
man,
then, I see.
That's
and
all.
so then my old lady brung it to her. She got upset, right? And she got to there. I said, well, hold on. The white man can ask you if you do drugs, and you'll say no, and then he'll offer you a P test to prove it. And you don't get upset. And she said, well, that's the real world.
So what the fuck
I
is
said,
home?
this environment that you living in is the real world.
Yeah.
How you learn how to move in society and how you learn how to affect people, you learn it here. This ain't Disney World. You know what I'm saying? This is a real living environment. And so, if you can't behave in this environment, you're going to have trouble out in that environment. And so, listen, you can't be an asshole and still think that your parent going to love you. That's just period.
But that's what I don't agree with you. Because we had this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go over a little bit. But that's what I don't agree with you. Like, you quick to say a parent ain't got to like you.
No, they ain't got to like you.
Man.
Now, a parent can love you. So hold on, time out.
Okay, Denzel.
So hold on, time out. Hypothetically, all right. Hypothetically, it's us three in this environment, right?
Uh-huh.
Say I'm stealing from you, right? Say he's not, but we're in an environment where society says you supposed to love both of us equal.
If y'all my kids, I'm going to.
Okay, so hold on. But no, that's not true. Because if it was a flip side and you loved your parent the same way the other children love their parent, you wouldn't put her through that.
I love the
You wouldn't put, and not your. I'm not saying because I'm just not your mom, but because most of us grow up with just moms. You know what I'm saying? And so, but you wouldn't put your parents through that. And so how can someone who put their parent through hell expect for their mom or their dad to love them just the same as someone that they don't have a problem? Well, I can love you, but I don't have to like you. I don't like a thief.
Hey, read Genesis. Or I'll read it.
Yeah.
She said, your parents will always love you. But if you are an asshole, they will love you from a distance.
She's saying that. That's my mom.
I don't like a thief.
That goes both ways, though. But it goes both ways, though.
Yeah, I don't like a thief. If my children is stealing from me, you got to get the fuck away from me.
Right.
I wouldn't give a fuck who you is. If I can't set my money down here and then come back and get it, and you took that, you got to go. And not only do you got to go, you might not ever be able to return. You got motherfuckers that sit up and do shit for their children and then ask their children to wash dishes. And that motherfucking child will return with, you wash the dishes. I didn't make them dishes. Well, I didn't do that.
My kids is very disciplined because
my kids
don't talk to me like that.
But that's not undisciplined. That's just a fact. And so people get into it with people for a reason.
Hey,
and
Brandy.
so if you having a disagreement with somebody off. Now either the parent or the child. And if the parent is always off with this child, but not the other children, then we have to look.
Well, that's not true, bro, because I'm speaking on experience, and you're trying to convince me.
I'm not trying to convince you of nothing. I'm not even talking about you. I'm talking about, I gave an example. My sister, you know what I'm saying? My sister, nobody fucks with.
Yeah.
Nobody fucks with her. And you want to know why? Because her behavior makes her unfuckwittable. And the only people that fucks with her is my mom and her daughter. You know what I'm saying? And even in those cases, they regret fucking with her. Because she has shown the behavior that you can't fuck with this woman.
And so there we go. It's like, and people are going to be who they are. We don't all have the same families. We don't all have the same advantages from our families. Like, some people got a big family. Some people got a little family.
Yeah.
Some people got family that's assholes. Some people got the nicest family ever. Like, this is life. Life ain't fucking fair. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta roll with the punches. Like your sister said earlier, if something that you dealing with is not bringing you no good energy or no negative energy, cut it off. Leave it alone.
Yeah,
Don't,
my sister
it shouldn't matter who it is.
That might be a fucking blessing. You know what I'm saying? So don't get me wrong. I know it bothers you, but you have to get to a point where it doesn't bother you so much. You know what I'm saying? You have to surround yourself around people that do love you, that do respect you,
please.
that do want to fuck with
We
you.
got about 10.
You see what I'm saying?
5 more minutes.
Hold on,
So
please.
like, we don't. I mean, you don't. Everybody ain't the same. Life is definitely not fair. We are children of the Creator, meaning we are our own creators. You got to create your own situation for your own environment for you to enjoy your life. I mean, that's just facts. If you don't, you'll find yourself constantly coming back to that same situation. That same situation gonna keep coming back, and it's gonna keep gnawing at you.
It's going
fester.
faster.
Biting at you every time.
It's going
And
faster.
You can't let
I
that,
explode every
you can't
time.
let that keep coming back to you and causing you anger or madness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we probably all have these situations at some point in our life. I know I'm getting better at it. You know what I'm saying, with the situations I'm dealing with. So, I mean, it is what it is, bro.
For example,
we ain't laughing at you, we ain't playing with you.
No,
You bring this
I
up
didn't
a lot,
I didn't
you
do
know what
that.
I'm saying?
But for example, that's the same way. Back to the video we played last week with this father and son shooting at each other. That's not normal behavior.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That behavior, that man going into that man's house even with a gun, lets me know that you fucked up, sir.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You not to be fucked with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the son, you not to be fucked with.
Right.
And so your dad, because he's your dad, is forcing himself to fuck with somebody who's not to be fucked with.
Right.
Because if you was to be fucked with, you would know. Don't bring this gun. I'm not about to bring this gun into my dad's house, showing with it in my pocket to where it's noticeable. Now, if I say I come in with the motherfucker that's discreet and I went on downstairs or something, okay. You know what I'm saying? But to go into your dad's house with a gun that's noticeable, this ain't their first altercation.
Right.
This wasn't their first get into it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so this individual man, he's probably into it with his mama, his sisters, his brothers, and everybody in his family. Because you cannot expect to be treated how you not treating other individuals. Me and my mama got into 3 disagreements. I may be gassing a little bit. 3 is extra. But I seen my mama go back and forth with my other siblings. Some shit I never did. You know what I'm saying? Some shit I'd never been engaged in. You know what I'm saying? No name calling. You know what I'm saying? No extra shit. No nothing. Who was that?
Wendy.
What Wendy black ass say?
Yeah, we're about to get up out of here.
Hold on, what Wendy say? Hold on, let me see what Wendy say. What she say?
You know he ain't about to let you jump.
Hey, man. Hey,
Hold on, what Wendy say? Just tell me what she
I
said.
don't know.
I ain't saying it. I'm
Tori,
No, tell me what she said.
Tori, take that cup. Tell him sit down.
Oh, Wendy, shut your black ass up, nigga.
Hey, listen.
Shut your black ass out of here,
Hey,
nigga.
great show tonight, guys. I love you niggas to death.
bro.
The great Mr. Shabazz himself. Anthony That Dude Johnson. This is Smartest Dumb People. Y'all have a great night.